We're back with another Nux video. This time it's about Andrew Wilson completely demolishing a feminist that's supposed to have a 140 IQ. For some strange reason, I doubt it. But let's find out, you guys. Let's find out. Again, I doubt it.
In my opinion.
But just for the record, I think everyone should emulate this man. This man is a role model that everyone should aspire to. Now that you guys are here, we can go ahead and turn on the chat box. There you go, guys. You guys can talk. You guys can talk. Alright, fuck you, chappers. Andrew's awesome. Always hit that like button, guys. Always hit that like button. Alright, let's do this.
One of the best way to humiliate leftoids is just to basically show them that they actually know nothing. That they really have, like, presupposed talking points and worldviews that aren't fleshed out, that don't actually make sense, that just basically points them out to be immoral, inconsistent losers. So, this is Andrew Wilson. Apparently, he debated this girl. I don't know who she is. They say she has, like, 4 degrees, and she has, like, 140 IQ. She's a super smart leftist feminist that figured out the universe. And I didn't see this debate yet, but apparently she gets absolutely obliterated. And I do think publicly humiliating them is the best way to take culture back. Like, I think it's gotten to the point that the moment you...
Nice save, chappers. Nice save, bud.
You hear someone be like, yeah, a man could totally be a woman. It's like, all right. Okay.
Yeah, okay,
I don't actually care about any of your other opinions. You have proven to me that you do not live in reality.
Yeah, no, you've proven to me that you're a fucking dumbass. If just by that one statement, like, I don't need to know anything else about you. Like, you can argue it all day, but you're fucking retarded.
And I think we got to that point because we've humiliated these people. We've seen them for their true colors, and honestly, we've moved on. So, apparently, all right, we're doing full circle here. I want to see her get humiliated in a debate because, quite frankly, this ideology is not only not realistic, but it doesn't even live in the real world.
Can you tell me what per capita means, Charlie?
No. Leftist
140 IQ, my ass! My ass! They're about to explain it to you, so I don't need to do it, but it's not that fucking difficult of a fucking question.
kryptonite. Leftist kryptonite is just per capita. Can you tell me what per capita means? Oh, no, what is that? Oh, discussion over. All right, discussion is done.
Wow, people have been asking me to take a look at this debate between Charlie and Andrew
All right, here
Wilson.
we go.
I don't think she knows what hit her. But if you strip away the noise, this went very badly for her.
If a young woman is walking down the street...
I love how, like, you have 140 IQ, multiple degree, college-trained feminist.
No, Connor, it's not money. You're about to... They're about to explain it better than I can.
Literally the girl boss, right? This is a lonely person, right? No family, no husband, no children, lonely, probably sad, not gonna lie, probably on some sort of medication, self-diagnosed with mental illnesses, you know, all that shit.
You're thinking of capital, which is money. But this is per capita, which is people.
Classic girl boss, the dream babe, exactly what colleges and schools teach women to be, versus
It's statistics, Connor.
a regular guy with no degree, but he has a family and he's religious. It's just like, it's not even a remotely close debate.
And she's walking by a group of young, rowdy-looking men. Would you go ahead and advise her to cross the street?
Yeah, if it was my little sister, absolutely.
Of course. And so you would advise her to be sexist.
Mm-hmm.
So then why wouldn't that apply to race?
Why is it wrong for me to adjust?
See, exactly. They don't think these through because they don't actually have moral foundations for what they believe. They just are taught in college, men bad, but black men good. you know, it's like they have to not be racist, but you are allowed to hate straight white men. Because we have the gigantic victim pyramid, all right? And the higher up you are on the victim pyramid means you are allowed to discriminate on everyone below you on the victim pyramid. On the very bottom of the victim pyramid, you have straight white men. And at the very top of the victim pyramid, you have crippled, gay, black Muslims. Women specifically.
But you know how I choose to look at it, you guys? I choose to look at it as, you know what? I'm at the bottom of the pyramid. I'm the base. Without me, all y'all fuckers are fallen. So, don't care. Don't even care no more.
Specifically. And wherever you are in the victim pyramid, you are allowed to discriminate on the people above you. For example, a black woman is allowed to discriminate against a white woman or a white man or a black man. A black man is allowed to discriminate against a white woman or a white man. A gay man is allowed to discriminate against a straight man. A disabled man can criticize a gay man who can criticize a straight man. All right, do we understand the victim pyramid? So because the victim pyramid is just basically neo-Marxism.
It's the victim Olympics again, which I fucking can't fucking stand at all.
And it's been introduced through this oppressor versus oppressed mindset in all of colleges, in all of curriculums. They come out of colleges understanding the feely emotion side of it, which is what college teaches you, but not the actual moral grounding side of it. So this woman, as a white woman, is allowed to discriminate against white men, but not allowed to discriminate against race. That's the thought process. That's why she thinks the way she does, and she never put an ounce of actual logical stress testing behind that. It's so obvious.
It's my behavior just based on intuition and pattern recognition. That's the question.
Well, she's not about pattern recognition at all. It's about oppressor versus oppressed mentality. And black people historically were oppressed in the United States, and therefore they're a protected class, whereas white men are the oppressors in the United States, or at least were, or whatever. But so therefore you are allowed to discriminate against them. That's how it works. That is the way they're taught. They're taught through this emotional feely thing, bad guy versus good guy, not based on moral choices, because they don't actually believe in a grounded morality. So if bad guy versus good guy is not decided based on morality, bad guy versus good guy is decided based on the oppressed versus oppressor diagram.
I don't know how to say this other than I think you only get harangued by black people as a white person if you're being real weird. Like, I think you have to be...
Sure.
Like,
yeah, sure. No one got mugged before. no one's gotten mugged before, unless they were being weird.
Never, ever.
What?
Because this was a 6-hour debate, they don't notice how badly this actually went for her. Had this debate just been 1 hour long, this would have ended her.
If
Depends
all
on
of
where you
if
are.
all of the
Again.
things that are that you're
Again.
if all the things you're
Again.
informed on, all right, are telling you exactly the opposite, and you would advise your little sister to be sexist, why shouldn't I advise my little brother to be racist in that situation?
And I don't even think this would meet the threshold of racism.
I think it depends.
Yeah, no, but he's playing into her buzzwords. Of course it's not racist.
No.
Absolutely not. 100%.
Upon where you are. Again, if you...
If Irina Zarutska would
Yeah, she's good looking, but she's fucking retarded, guys.
have been a little more racist, she might be alive today.
are
Yeah.
seeing a group of young men, regardless of race, who just seem like they're dudes out having a fun time, or if it looks like it could be gang activity related or something like that, I think, like, you just have to make judgment calls there.
That was a nothing
And
statement.
that can be regardless of race.
Is it racist to do? Is it racist to cross the street because you see a group of young black men?
If you saw a group of young black men in suits with briefcases, would you be afraid of them?
The real question here is, are people allowed to navigate the world based on their own reasoning?
It seems like we're saying the same thing. You would advise if it was a young group of men, your sister to cross the street, and if somebody advised that it's black men and advised their little brother to cross the street based on all of the experience data that they have, I don't really understand. I still don't really understand the distinction.
Well, there is no distinction, obviously. It's based on patterns. You're making an informed decision to protect yourself. And it doesn't matter if people call you racist, actually, because you're living life. Dude, I've had this before, and my favorite response is like, well, technically all men are bad. It's like, even George Floyd? It's like, it's my go-to response every single time. All men had it coming. Even George. Yeah, it just works so well because it just flips the entire oppressor narrative switch in their brain, and that's how their entire moral system actually functions because they don't actually ground their morality in some sort of objective truth.
Because one is based on the fact that women get sexually harassed fairly frequently. I don't know.
And the other one
People get mugged fairly frequently. Like, are you being serious,
come
dude?
on, lady.
is based on the fact that
I
there's
don't know
interracial
many-
violence fairly frequently.
Okay. 13% of the American population is black. And regardless of how far we've advanced, most populations are not mixed. Most areas are still fairly segregated. What
what does that have to
are
do
the
with anything?
chances of white guys experiencing being assaulted by black
No
men?
shot, she's falling right into per capita. Per capita, it's just like left.
About to find out what per capita means,
It
everybody.
happens a fucking lot. We have extensive research on it. All right, you want to hear a statistic? In the first 9 months of the year 2025, in New York City alone, there were 358 shootings.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them were white people shooting, and 356 of them were black people shooting. All right, if that doesn't radicalize the shit out of you, you're just cooked.
The same degree
New
as
York,
women being assaulted by men.
Why would it need to be the same degree?
Yes, that makes no sense. And I'm not going to adjust my behavior according to the likelihood that
There's only a 4% chance of you getting beaten up as opposed to a 6% chance, so therefore it's racist.
you dictate.
How low of a
we're
chance
all
before I'm not
racist, you
racist
guys.
when I cross the street? Doesn't need to be.
How do we determine what that number is?
Like,
That's right.
how low of a chance does it need to be before I'm not racist for crossing the street?
Like 1%. But even then,
What the fuck number is that? What does that even mean?
and I don't think like that'd be 1 in 100 times you
Your
see
chances
black
of
guys out
getting
in
your
public.
chances of getting essayed by a group of men is way less than 1%.
or sexually harassed or just
Way
that.
less than 1%. Way less.
I'm going to respectfully disagree.
Yeah.
Yes, so out of
Based on absolutely nothing.
every
Respectfully,
100
I
women
think
that
you're
walk down
wrong.
the street, according to Charlie, one of them is going to be assaulted. I'm not sure about that.
We just go off of just.
Well, I'm also just talking about sexual harassment.
What does that mean? They
catcall?
catcall you?
Bother you, yeah.
Or hit on you. They hit on her. She thinks that's sexual harassment is to be hit on. Because somebody finds you attractive and be like, hey, hi, hello. Oh, I'm being sexually harassed right now. Huh? Feminism. Yay.
They just catcall you?
Yeah, it's annoying.
If you don't like it, if you
Oh, so if something's annoying, you could be sexist. So if something's dangerous, why can't you be racist? That's his question.
find it annoying, that's justification, according to Charlie. But if someone looking like Lil Wayne was walking down the street, if I find that annoying, now that's racist.
No
Yeah,
one
so I
likes
mean,
it.
what's
And it can be
who,
scary
so
and
what would you
weird
like
because of
less
the
if you were a young
implication.
man to get your ass kicked by a group of young black guys or get catcalled by a group of white dudes?
Notice the language. Scary and weird are now qualifiers when it suits her.
Yeah.
That's because it's just purely based on emotions. There
too,
is
Scott.
zero
It's pretty
fundamentals.
Versus men.
Like, again, there is no actual internal moral
I'm
compass
sure you
that's
do,
dictating
Harry.
her choices here at all. There's none. All right. So at that point, what does guide you if not emotions?
The likelihood of a group of black guys
You guys really need to get outside and, talk to a girl. Just go say hi to one. Like that is my mission for both of you. Just go say hello to an actual woman out in the wild.
beating you up. Again, at most they might say mean things to you. That's probably maybe
At the
I don't
most,
know.
there might say mean things to you, that other group of men that you're avoiding. But you would still recommend the kids or your kid sister to cross the street to engage in the sexism. And yet, for some reason, when somebody uses the same argument from the racial lens, you're like, no.
This is extremely hypocritical.
And it's like, that's a very inconsistent
because
position.
it's not based on reality.
It is based on reality. What reality is it not based on?
Well, maybe you should, clean it up a little bit first then, Henry. Like don't go walking up to them like Quasimodo, maybe. Hi. Like, don't do that.
Oh, hit her with the per capita. Did you know that approximately 13% of the wizards cast about 50% of the black magic?
do not hear of like interracial beat-ups. Like, do you have
Really?
do you have any statistics?
Yes, we do.
Yes,
We have
Real quick, the sponsor.
Dude, man, I wish these New York City numbers came out earlier, so that we could use this. But that might be some of the most damning statistics of all time. 358 shootings, and 356 of them were black people. Meanwhile, 20% of the population in New York is black. Again, I don't think that there's anything inherently inferior about other races. I think every single
$100 was not fucking worth it, Henry. That was not enough, bro.
Human being is made in the image of God. I do think that cultures have impacts on people. And I also think that people refuse to engage with that point because it's a little bit uncomfortable, but it's objectively true.
Important to note that Charlie doesn't even know what per capita means, which is really important when we're talking
that's
about
bad.
data.
Black
Can you tell
people.
me what per capita means, Charlie?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. Super
over,
important
bro.
to understand this.
Yeah.
No, no.
Right?
When it
Because
comes to
even if
sex,
it's the
yeah.
case that most SA crimes happen within your own race, that could very well be true.
Mm-hmm.
What you'd really be looking at, though, is the per capita percentage.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, let's get that then.
Yeah.
He's about to explain to her, basically statistics. It's gonna be quite funny.
Yeah, let's get it.
Now, Andrew does something smart here. He asks her,
We're gonna be finishing up tomorrow. The first season's gonna be finishing up tomorrow, and then next week, me and Connor are gonna be catching up on Slime, starting Wednesday.
okay, if the data is the opposite of what you think, will you change your
Oh,
mind?
dude, that is
Want to know
such
if
a
it
good
were
way to
the
do
case.
it. I would have just blurted out, well, did you know that 13% of the population commits 50% of the violent crime? Dude, masterclass.
That interracially they attacked white women far more than white men
Like,
attacked.
if it was the case that, like, let's say hypothetically, 13% of the population did 50% of the crimes. Hypothetically, of course. Then would you change your perspective? Fuck yeah, dude.
Black women, then wouldn't you give the advice to your little sister to cross the street?
Yeah, if that was a thing that was happening, where sure, like black men are just out there hunting white women like animals, I
Well,
guess I would.
You know, you see, hang on, did you see how you just characterized that with a terrible straw man? Did I say anything about black men hunting down white people like animals?
Essaying.
Did I say
Essaying.
anything
You
about
said
them
essaying-
hunting?
Essaying white women.
Did I say anything about them doing that?
She cannot contend with this. She claims, well, by recognizing that fact, you are insinuating a larger narrative.
No, but the implication.
No, so you just made, no, there's no implication.
Yeah, she's just trying to call you racist now because you're gonna use statistics to tell her that some people that it's I don't want to say it's their fault because at the end of the day it's just the way that they were brought up. Like I was brought up to respect fucking kids and women. Like there's a lot of cultures that bring up people to not do that. Like and then they don't. And that's what happens.
Of that either, just an implication.
The implication is
of
that
the
black
high.
men are sexual predators.
No, the
and-
implication
and
is only
uniquely violent.
What? Okay, how is that implied? If it's the case that more black people
This bitch.
do commit more R crimes than white people do, how is that anything other than a fact?
And when that fails, she just
Damn.
claims, well, no, it's not a fact. You haven't even looked at the data yet.
Well, it's not a fact.
It is a fact.
It's not.
I mean, she's walking right into
This is
it.
crazy.
Charlie, it's worse than you could ever imagine.
What do you mean?
You're about to find out when
Uh-oh.
Brian pulls up the stats. It's worse than you could ever imagine.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
well,
The difference between the libtard feminist who watched a lot of Marvel movies versus someone that
Here
actually lives in
we
reality.
go.
Oh my god.
you can see
Watch the house fall.
that
Here it comes, guys.
not all convicted sex criminals are guilty of what they have done.
Oh my
course.
god, dude.
Okay.
Now she's trying to make an argument for why we can't actually trust the data.
Oh yeah, the data is not conclusive because some people are just innocent that have been convicted.
Right, show me the data, and if the data disproves me, then we can't trust the data.
But
Is
will
it
you
not true
concede?
that we have a justice system?
But hang on. But will you concede that most of the people who are convicted of the crimes that they committed those crimes? Because
I'm not sure, actually.
Even
Are
when
you-
he's
oh,
willing
are
to
you
recognize
serious?
the possibility.
Because she has to be right, so her point is the only valid one.
Of some
get
false
outta here,
convictions.
dude.
Most convictions are probably fair. She
It's
can't
like-
even agree to that.
Let's look up the statistics, and if the statistics prove me wrong, let's just agree that we can't actually rely on statistics. Wow. Wow, let's just make decisions based on complete and utter nothingness.
So don't believe all women.
That's not what I'm saying.
That is
She's able to trap her here in her own argument.
crazy.
Suddenly, People get convicted all the time. Wrong.
Well, I don't
I
understand.
think that you should.
Should I believe all women or not?
You know what? I'm gonna be real with you here. No.
Yeah, fuck
I
no.
think,
Wow.
I think that you should actually, when someone
Right.
makes accusations,
Yeah.
you should be careful, but you should also investigate, because I have seen false accusations fly.
Yeah.
You
And then
have.
Brian presents the data.
All right, bring
I
up.
told you guys, this is why I fucking, like, Andrew Wilson is a master at this stuff. Like, please stay safe, Andrew. Like, we cannot afford to lose anyone else.
The
Finally,
stats.
I apologize for the delay. I think Google might have been suppressing it. I had to go to
Here
X.
we go.
And this is from a Bureau of Justice Statistics National Crime Victimization Survey from 2018.
Per
For the sake of
capita.
this conversation, we're going to assume this is correct.
Well, I'll just do, okay, so white and black 30, black
So, what per capita is instances per 100 offender population. So basically, Connor, what per capita is, it's the way of looking at statistics, and it's number of instances that say this number is for, like, white people. This is going to be for Hispanic people. This might be for European, and then another one, another one, and another one. And we all know where that one's gonna be for. But this is number of instances per 100,000 people. That's what per capita means. It's amount of, for this, it's interracial violent incidents per capita of offending race. Source: Bureau of Justice Statistics, National Crime Victimization Survey from 2018. So this is old. This isn't even a fucking new graph. This is an older graph. I'm sure it's worse now that we have all these extra fucking brown people in our country illegally.
on white, 1,288 versus
Worse than you could even imagine. Like 42 times higher.
30 for white on black.
This absolutely
So that was black on white was the big fucking 12 versus 30 for white on black. But all the white on black ones make it fucking onto the evening news.
contradicts the entire narrative Charlie has laid to this point.
Well, gee, Chuck, it seems like, based on what you just said earlier, if I could demonstrate this to you, you said that you would advise your little sister to cross the street. Do you hold to that?
Uh-oh.
And even after all of this, she refuses to change her mind.
Of course.
Nah, because I think it's white boys that are getting beat up.
Wow, dude. Wow, even reality doesn't matter to these people. I mean, no one's surprised, but wow.
I wouldn't even bother my sister
That is
with this data.
perfect.
Because
It's beautiful. I'm so happy she said that. I'm so happy she said, I love when they don't concede. I know everyone like wants to see the victory. I love when they don't concede.
it's probably just applying to white boys. I'm not sure where you even go from here.
Like, look at him. He's so frustrated because he actually wants to see an honorable debate. Oh, God,
Yeah, it
I
would be
don't.
nice.
I really don't. I want it to be so obviously dishonorable. I want to look into her face when she did.
No, I want a fucking honorable fucking debate, you guys. Like, I am so sick of this fucking just yelling and fucking bullshit. Just, oh. Like, he never raised his voice. He just fucking, he's trying to just fucking talk. It's just, oh. And she just can't. She can't fucking do it.
Denies that reality is real. This is what we're up against in America, and it needs to be destroyed.
Really does, but I don't know how we get rid of it. Maybe abolish the 19th? Huh? Maybe we get rid of that 19th Amendment? Just lose your right to vote? Just kidding! Just kidding! Just kidding! See you in the next one, if they don't ban my channel. Bye.